right as Hans Zimmer's Pirates of the Caribbean theme song hits into a full bat gainer, and he just goes rocketing towards Skelkirk, and I just love it. And it's like everything mixed into that with the sound effects of him flying by the screen. Sounds like a rocket just going right by you. Man, he goes and, he pretty much saves the dude's life.
Yeah. The aerial scenes are Drop Zone wins hands down with aerial scenes. I mean, they are beautiful. Just the amount of time they spent in the air. That's a lot of money right there, would you say? Like over and over and filming it? How much film did they go through?
Oh, it must have been absurd. Another thing with that is, I think they said like Steven Seagal was going to demand $15 million for that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably would not have been able to do anywhere near the amount of stunts they did in this movie if he had gotten in that and had kept that contract.
Mm-hmm. So Wesley Snipes sort of saved Drop Zone.
I would say he saved it.
All right, so my favorite moments in Drop Zone too, man. So Drop Zone gets the overall win. But it's just Gary Busey just flying headlong into his car. So he flies into
getaway dump truck.
He kills the driver of the getaway car.
Oh my God.
So basically what it is, he jumps from the building and he just missiles. Like he looks like a missile. And the timing on this is just so absurd. And it's such a silly kill for a villain. But I just love that he died in his own getaway vehicle.
It's really funny because, they're fighting up there on the 400th story of that high rise, and Pete Nessep, Snipes, grabs him and busts out the window, and they free fall, and as he pulls his chute, Snipes pulls his chute, he lets go of Busey. So then you see Busey's body just falling straight down. Then somehow mid-fall, he says, screw it, I'm not going out like this. Levels himself off and somehow gets into a controlled dive into the window of his oncoming getaway truck.
Yep.
And it's so funny because there's only like that one little clip where he rights himself and it just shows Busey at like a 45-degree angle just screaming as he smashes into it.
And then Deuce is like, oh man.
It's so good.
Yeah, I had to do this, and this is close, man. So I think Drop Zone won 12-10 over Terminal Velocity, but I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with it too because it's not a blowout. I mean, I think everybody thinks Drop Zone is an innocent but watchable movie. Like, I don't think anyone, rants and raves to how great it is, but it always gets such a better reputation than Terminal Velocity. And so I think just being able to even elevate Charlie Sheen's action movie up a little bit does some justice to it.
Yeah, it's... my mind just went blank there. But no, I have another question. Sorry about that. Which movie would you watch right now?
If I went back to rewatch something at this exact moment, it'd probably be Terminal Velocity.
Yeah, me too.
I think there's so much fun dialogue in that.
Yeah.
That I have not picked up on everything yet.
So many stupid little lines. He wants to take a nap. Just the diner patrons being angry at him because he doesn't help out Natasha Kinski.
I mean, it's the type of movie that I think you can have going on in the background, and you can pick up any in that movie and have some fun with it. If you're trying to do that with Drop Zone, I think you're going to get lost.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to the plot of Drop Zone.
There's so much going on in the movie that I don't think you're not going to remember exactly where you are if you would just randomly hop into it.
And you'll never hear Wesley Snipes going, we got to run, I have to stretch.
Yes.
Silly. But no, man, I'm really happy with this, and I'm glad we finally found a way to tackle this. And I'm happy with the winner, and I'm glad we got to talk about both these movies. So I don't know. Right now, if you want to watch Drop Zone, it's on Crackle for free. I don't know how long it is, but if you want to watch it with ads, definitely check that out. And then Terminal Velocity, I guess you got to rent. But I think, watch it. I think Terminal Velocity is silly. It holds up enough.
Yeah, at this day and age where we're all stuck right now, who knows when this podcast airs, maybe real life will be off its hiatus and we'll be back into gear. But as long as we're on lockdown, these are two legit movies to watch on a random Wednesday night. I don't know if I'd go full Saturday night with these. I feel like that's primetime good stuff. But a random weeknight, these are going to give you 90 minutes of fun.
If you're working out from home, just put one of these on. If you're on the treadmill, or Peloton, put it on and watch it.
Oh yeah.
No, I
You
do.
could just work out to the '90s guitar solos.
And we one thing we haven't touched on is James Gandolfini's death in Terminal Velocity. So
Ooh, that's a
I love
good
how
death.
Kinski and Sheen are finally kissing. Then he lands on top of him, which I have no idea how that happens. People keep busting up behind Charlie Sheen in this movie, and it's hilarious. But he dies.
That is a brutal fight too.
Yeah,
I mean, we could almost cover that on our Final Fights setup, but that's a brutal knockdown drag out fight between Gandolfini and Sheen there at the end.
All right, so you know what? Maybe we should save it, and we'll talk about it on the Final Fights, because it's so funny. And we can also promote Drop Zone.
We could do that.
All right, let's do that. So we'll save it. But yeah, but I do love the ending, man. He just flies into the wind turbine, and then Charlie Sheen's face goes, ew.
Yes. The blade's just dripping with goo.
James Gandolfini had some pretty gnarly roles in the 90s. True Romance, Crimson Tide. He popped up in some good movies.
He did. And he was an a-hole.
Hey, well, this was fun, man. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Tom, wait, is it Ditch? Dreismer, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.